Hello, I'm Johna Till Johnson. I'm the CEO of Nemertes Research, and I'm here to provide you with a wrap-up of the Wall Street Technology Association panel session on emerging technologies, which we held in January 2018. This was an outstanding panel of thought leaders from technology providers including Amazon Web Services, Magenic, and Red Hat, and financial services firms including Federal Reserve Bank of New York, S&P Global, and TD Ameritrade. As you might expect, we discussed a lot of technologies. We spent time on analytics and machine learning and how these technologies will affect financial services firms in the coming years. We dug into the emerging concept of GANs, generative adversarial networks, which is a really cool form of AI in which essentially the user describes the parameters of the problem to solve and the AI solves it by using various adversarial scenarios with evolution dictating which one is most successful. So for instance, I could say, I'd like to start a company. I want to invest no more than $50 million. I want to operate in the following geographic region, and I want to hit profitability in the next 5 years. And the GAN would come up with a solution for me. So it's a really interesting way to use AI. So that was a very interesting thing. We also looked at automation and robotics and how these apply to financial services firms, and the impact of 3D memory, not 3D printing, but 3D memory, and how that's poised to upend Moore's law when it comes to computing, and really will have a huge impact on the deployment of Internet of Things. And I also shared some insights from my favorite book on emerging technology called Soonish, which is actually written by Kelly and Zach Weiner-Smith, who are, believe it or not, cartoonists and also practicing scientists. It's a great book. It's wonderful for mind expanding, and a lot of the audience came and talked to me afterwards about it. So I have nothing to do with the book and its authors. I just think it's a great book, and if you're interested in emerging technology, it's well worth a read. But really the most interesting outcome of this session was our discussion around how to track, follow, and take advantage of these new technologies within your own organization. Our thought leaders were really focused on that, and they provided a great list of actionable takeaways. And that included things like, before you start assessing emerging technologies, create an anchor statement. What technologies are going to be valuable to you? For example, one of our panelists said they were looking for technologies that would improve customer experience. So anything that had the potential to improve customer experience was something that they wanted to investigate more thoroughly. That helps you stay focused because otherwise you're boiling the ocean. Pick your event horizon wisely, see how far out in the future you really want to plan for, and when you think various events will occur. One panelist suggests listening to your kids. Your kids are doing things differently than you did at that age, and you may want to pay attention to how they're doing things differently and what their habits are. As another panelist said, sometimes the most promising areas of emerging technology are where you notice people's habits beginning to change. And when you're assessing which technologies have real potential, use yourself as a tuning fork. We've all been working in technology for a long time, and many of us have developed a really good sixth sense for when technology is going to become really significant. If you know that about yourself, trust yourself and listen to yourself on that. Then when you're pitching new technologies to your organization, you need to be prepared to hustle. You can't expect them to see the vision that you see right off the bat. You need to tell the story as many times as possible in as many ways as possible in the hopes that you resonate. And think about talking about the risk of not doing something with an emerging technology versus the small risk of exploring it further. Also, when you're implementing new technologies, emerging technologies, think big, but start small. Make sure that you have a good, solid kind of beta test approach and do small, quick hit, low-hanging fruit kinds of projects. And also leverage the power of community. Open source is something we talked a lot about. I don't have space here to talk about all the great things we said, but definitely look into the power of community. And finally, new technologies often require new metrics. So think in terms of developing the metrics to assess the technologies at the same time that you're deploying those new technologies. As you can tell, I'm really excited about this session. It was a fantastic session. We thank everyone that attended and look forward to a lot of great sessions in 2018. Please don't miss our upcoming panel session on operational efficiency in the cloud and the upcoming seminar on next generation cybersecurity, at which yours truly will be keynoting, and that's on March 22nd. I look forward to seeing everyone there. Thank you.